Yes, sir. Unfortunately, this was supposed to come out yesterday, but I didn't upload. And I am talking entirely. I feel like I was just talking way too fast. I don't know why. I got a lot of energy right now. I just got done working out like not too long ago. Maybe that's why. Make sure this audio is cool. Wait. Hold on. Alright. I just had to say something so I could hear it. Alright, audio cool. Seth PG3 here, and I've arrived back in the Ace Attorney trilogy. The audio didn't jit around, so y'all know how this goes by at this point. If y'all not new here, that means this video gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay, we in the courtroom. I feel like there's still I don't know, bro. How long are we about to be in this courtroom? This might be an hour-long video. I'm not gonna lie. It just turned 1 o'clock. This was supposed to have been recorded earlier, but I didn't record it earlier. So, yeah. I don't know when this is gonna come out. Most likely after I'm done. But if this is an hour long, then most likely like at 2 o'clock. February 10th, 9:38 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Good morning! Oh, are you by yourself? Morning, girls. Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya. Yeah, we still haven't gotten her free, and we about to, like, do battle in court. And it's gonna be Godot again because, you know, he just basically gave Von Karma the boot. I'm sorry. You don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case. She can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I have to admit it's kind of strange. If we're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh, Edgeworth, what's good, man? Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Franziska Von Karma, what are you up to? Wait, oh, is she still in the... Oh, she's still... Oh, I thought Godot gave her the boot, bro, and he was about to be up here. I know what you're thinking, but Oh, alright, yeah, I was about to say, I figured. But Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot? Franziska is engaged in the sacred... I said the sacred, in some important work at the sacred cavern. Bro, you know what would be funny? If the whole time I was saying Godot's name wrong, and, you know, obviously, you know, I feel like we don't have too many episodes left of this game. This might be the last episode. So obviously, later down the line, you know, when I get, you know, a little bigger, people are going to come back to this series, and they're going to get to, like, when Godot is introduced, and be like, this man is saying his name wrong. And I feel like I'm just be getting comments about it. But then again, it wouldn't be nothing I could do. These videos are at this point of time. You feel me? The sacred cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistant, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah. Thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touche. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's just strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your code on to someone else, literally. And with that, I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Okay, bruh. Let's see how this is about to go, bruh. Also, yo, you know what I seen? Bro, they apparently remaking the Gears of War 1. It's called like Gears of War Reloaded. And I seen it on like it's like the Xbox Showcase thing. It's coming to the Game Pass. I'm like, didn't they already like do a remaster of Gears of War 1, or am I tripping? I could have sworn it was like a remaster, so they just remastered the remaster. Like I'm not sure. I gotta look at the description. I like briefly glanced at it and it said like Gears of War 1, like the first one. And it come out in August. So I might play that. We might get that on the channel. But we didn't even finish Gears 5 yet. So I don't think I should start another game until I finish Gears 5, you know. We practically at the end of Gears 5. But it ain't my fault, y'all. It's not me. It's my brother. It's his fault. So the next time y'all see him in a vid or hear him in a vid, blame him. It's his fault. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise D'Oxum. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. Bro, I wonder who was flying, bro. And what that woman is really after. How did she get... I'm gonna be honest, bro. Out of all the hairstyles we see in this game, is this hairstyle like not insane? Like, how does she even... How? I know like when she take a shower... Like, don't it fall down? Like, how does she get it back up to get like that? Bro, it seemed like it take a lot of time, dog. I just noticed, bro. Mia has brown hair and Maya has black hair. So, I guess Elise's hair is gray. It's more so gray than... It's kind of like Maya's with the light, but like... I'd say it's more so gray. Like a little silver, right? And then her hair is black. Oh, well, look at but Iris' hair is brown. So like, is that like a thing? Maybe their father's hair is brown. Whoever Mia and Maya's dad is, maybe his hair was brown. You could probably say the same for, you know, Iris and them dad. Cause Pearl hair is brown, and Iris' hair is brown as well. And then Dahlia's hair is like orange. And then her mom's hair is black. So it's a lot of different. But I'm pretty sure she just dyed her hair. No way her natural hair color is just red, bro. Like a natural gender. I said a ginger. And your parents don't have like, you know, that color hair is kind of wild. February 10th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. I've been chatting too long, I feel like, and we just about to get started, bro. Let me lock in. Let me stop chatting so much. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Your Honor? What are you? Who? Me? Bro. Oh, man, we got this man back. You know, I didn't want to see him back. I was rocking with the other judge, bro. I was rocking with him. And we got Baldy back. L Judge. I gotta give him his voice back. It's been a while since I actually did his voice. Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. Your little brother? All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. Bro, they brothers, bro. That's his brother? The beard makes sense. I mean, they got the same beard, basically. It's just one bald and one not. I didn't know they was brothers, bro. They don't give you that type of look. How was he supposed to know that? Well, I guess he just told us, but I see, Your Honor. They're brothers. That explains a lot.
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
Here you go. Don't start that. I better not. There we go. He couldn't help it. He said it. When I'm on the screen, everybody stop talking. Pass me my coffee and hit my theme music. I hate this man. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Goddard. Understood exactly what you said, at least until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Goddard, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So then you mean, forget it? What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make.
Confession? The defendant?
Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes sense given off what Iris said last time. You know, she said she had to do it for her sister because she betrayed her earlier, so maybe, you know, she's doing this because she feels guilty.
The court will now hear the defendant's a confession.
I don't know why I was about to say accusation. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I'm but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dawson?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I discredited it.
What?
Order in the court. Order. Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? I like how they treat the difference between Iris and Dahlia in the courtroom is so crazy. Because, you know, when Dahlia in there, it seemed like everybody just like her, everybody in love with her. And, like, Iris is not getting that same type of treatment. Yes, that's correct. What? I mean, Bikini did say she's seen her, so you had to know Iris at least did something, right? 3 minutes in court, and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Ha! Everyone on the planet is accomplice to something. It just happens to be that. In this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Tribulations? Goddard. This is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. Been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. I know her mission is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique. Mystic Maya Fey. Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, trite. She's naming Maya? Alright, double back. I don't know if I feel like I mentioned this in my last video, but this. I said, well, Pearl said she tried to channel Dahlia's spirit, and she said she couldn't do it. And then she explained that, you know, if somebody else is channeling that spirit, then she can't do it. And then it goes back to, I think, did she say, I believe she said when she went to go check, it seemed like somebody already, you know, opened and looked at the letter that Morgan Fay had, you know, made for Pearl. And that brings it back. Maya tried to channel Dahlia, and it worked. And then she started, you mean, Dahlia was, yeah. Now, the Larry picture, I want to get to the bottom of Larry's picture. Where is it at? I still feel like, wait, no, not this. Where's the picture at? We don't have the picture? Oh, there we go. I'm tripping. Bro, maybe this was Maya, bro. Like, maybe she was like Dahlia, and I don't think, they don't have abilities to do that though, right? By channeling, you don't magically start flying. But, is that not insane, bro?
So not only did the witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer?
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes, and then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. That's ridiculous! Maya could never do such.
The defense will restrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Sheesh. Saying Maya's the murderer, bro? I mean, technically she would be if she channeled Dahlia. Like, she technically would be the murderer. It'd be like how you know, she was accused during the Morgan Fay thing in Justice for All. What was that, like? I think it was like episode 2. It was episode 2. It goes back to that. I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. I refuse to believe that. Okay. Now that in particular, I refuse to believe. I don't think, obviously, Elise knows, or Misty knows that Maya's her daughter, obviously. I don't think she just was attacking her like that. She had to be possessed by Dahlia at that point in time. Yes, Mr. Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected? Isn't that right?
Not that.
You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to that inner temple that night, and that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Oh wait, dang. Now that he said that, it kind of cooks my theory now. My theory. Cause like, I'm confused again. Cause how? Pearl didn't do it. So how would it be her instead of? We about to find out. Alright, no need to try to focus and do all this, bro. and the real murderer. Alright, you know. Dang, I just realized we're alone again. I feel like we haven't had no, you know, character to the side the entire thing, bro. I like to avoid the whole spirit channel thing if I can. Not only would it be admissionable as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick our testimony apart and explode the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why I was to tell a story like this. There are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the Ender Temple. Did she now? Too bad for you. What you said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? It was in an Ender Temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony that would be properly described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time, Mystic Maya. She's your girlfriend, isn't she? I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, you're saying that the victim attacked Maya. I mean, Miss Faye. Yes, it was truly a frightening scene. Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Would you really? That's kind of crazy, right? You see a fight breaking out, and you just stuck there. Now it's different. I don't know. I mean, she did have like a blade attached to her staff, so it kind of makes sense. Maybe she was trying to, do it with the blade. But like, damn, you just freeze up and you walk. You could have prevented that. It's crazy. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her rope for a weapon. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh? And at least the Oxenham tried to stab her with his weapon. To kill Miss Faye. Yes, exactly. Ha! You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire. Whoa! Worcestershire sauce? Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris' testimony? I don't know why when I'm sitting here thinking of something, I start doing this. Even though none of this has nothing, I feel like it has nothing to do with the question. I feel like nah. I feel like I do. I feel like I got a problem here. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness testimony. You do? This witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now let's continue. she threw her staff away. Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true, it's not easy to affect a daily blow with the staff.
Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff. Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's odd, alright. Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger, I'm sure of this. We know what it is. We just gonna, listen to the rest of this first. And then, Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she has taken and lunged forth for a strike.
Witness, are you absolutely
Certain. You know what's really weird about this story? I feel like obviously it gotta be a lie. But like, if it's self-defense, then you shouldn't have to cover it up. It's self-defense. It's different if she just flat out like tried to murder her. But self-defense, you just defended yourself. You didn't mean to. It just happened. I'm pretty sure Maya, even though I don't think, but let's just say Maya in that situation, she's not. I can't imagine Maya fighting back and delivering a blow anyway, bro. Have y'all seen Maya? I seen how goofy she is. Maya is not even fighting, bro. She don't even know how to fight. I don't even think she's able to defend herself. Especially from her mom, of all people. That's 49. She been on the earth for 49 years. No way. No way. I'm not gonna lie. If it was Mia, then I'd say Mia could throw down. I got Mia up for, you mean. But Maya, nah, bro. Nah. Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something, Maya Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead. Yes, I see. This is bad. Still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's going to get blamed for this. I only have this to say. So you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise the Oxman? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw? Yes. This is trite. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this. I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. There's only one thing you need to get, trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is God out waiting for me to point out the contradictions? Alright. I know what it is. It'd be impossible because her staff had the blade. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss the Oxman throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise the Oxman really had wanted to kill Maya Faye, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? You certainly look like your sister in that moment. That was an impressive bit of investigating, trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. Even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close-quarter combat. Maybe that's why she chose the dagger over her blade. Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Faye. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there's something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense would now present evidence to back its argument. Mr. Wright, I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Austin would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Wait, you don't have any... Do I just click on Elise? Because, like, we have nothing that say this is her mother. I guess we only losing 2 bars. I guess we can just start clicking on Elise. Elise the Auction would never have attacked Maya Fey. I guess I was right. How could you be so sure? Because this victim's real name was not Elise the Auction. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Hey.
No. Not Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to...
Mystic. I said Mystic. Misty Fey is the master of the Korean channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was at least the awesome actually the great Mystic Misty? Bro, that'd be cooking me. Mystic Misty Fey, bro. Like, bro, the MM is crazy. There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her own daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing.
Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness testimony, it seems natural enough.
Yo, side note, I don't understand this, bro. My controller cut off when it don't cut off with no other game, but when I'm playing Street Fighter, my controller be cutting off. I don't understand it, but that's besides the point. I don't know why I just had to feel the need to randomly tell y'all that. We're not even playing Street Fighter, but I just had to tell y'all.
However, in light of some facts that had just been presented, one that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the 2 people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible, except for one little thing.
Yes? What is this little impossible thing?
Ha! You still don't get it. Don't do it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness confession this morning. Because I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Yeah, 8 cups is crazy. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of a crime, and he discovered this little beauty.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to see?
Bro, we didn't see that. When did he find that? Obviously, Your Honor. Do you not notice something else? Wait, did we see this? I'm trying to remember.
Now that you mention it, if you look closer, there appears to be blood on it.
Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, ending a violent battle between the 2 women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree, which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Are you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, since I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Bro, you just said eighth just like 2 sentences ago. Like, didn't you say you were? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't you say you were eighth? You were, bruh. Didn't you say it was your eighth just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such a short notice.
In any case, this court will accept this dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I ordered that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
But I'll get this piece of evidence in the crime lab for testing immediately. Now then, the testimony we just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider our testimony to be credible.
Cute girls never lie. Ever. Didn't need to say nothing.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incidents you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor. The battle. Mr. Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with a staff, but then she dodged Mr. Khaleesi's next attack and stole her weapon. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That don't even look, bro. I know it's Maya, but bro, it's something, bro. Bro, it couldn't be her. Suddenly, Mr. Khaleesi was the one on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern. And you watch all this go down. The only reason she could have watched it all go down if Maya really was Dahlia. That's the only way. Because she was guilty. She felt like she betrayed her, so it would make sense why she would. You mean? That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mr. Khaleesi. Mr. Khaleesi managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
It was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore. I find that hard to believe.
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
I just find that so hard to believe, bro. The battle. No way she legit looked at her daughter and just didn't know, bro. Like, you had to have known. Unless that wasn't the face of her daughter. Feel me? Alright, it seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone. That's what I'm saying. That alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in somewhere. No way Maya is dodging attacks and no, bro. No. No, I refuse to believe that, bro. Alright, where you were standing when you witnessed all this? Where were you standing? What do you mean? Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might have not have continued their battle. I wonder if that's true. Two of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It's dark where the two of them were, so... I think that's why they didn't see you.
So it was dark. So it was in the dark garden when the murder took place.
Tell me, when did Mystic... I was about to say Mystic.
What did Miss Maya Faye do after she was struck?
What happened to the victim's staff then? I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think I got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated. That makes sense. That will explain the need for the dagger. Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground, and then at some point Mystic Maya picked it up. Nothing sounds especially strange at.
What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her?
Saying that saying that Maya Fate turned the tables on the victim. Yes. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger. I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point is just silly. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is sacred and petrified. Scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You were the one who started it.
Anyway, so after Maya Fate backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next?
Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
I'm almost certain.
Almost. The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who. What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
Objection.
We know that Maya Fey was at the inner temple that night, and that the woman that was killed was Elise the Oxnum. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked too? I don't have anything to counter that yet.
Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. The two of them faced each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. The Mystic Elise stumbled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh?
Yes. Mystic Elise managed to fling her. Where did that dagger go? I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see. According to the detective who found the dagger, it was stuck in a pine tree in the garden. Most likely it was swung towards the tree after the struggle.
That is the most likely explanation, yes.
After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away? Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while. Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch. It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. But then, suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over. It seemed like a reasonable... Okay. Alright. I know what it is. What testimony you got, bro? Where's that, bro? This right here. Y'all see what it say? Y'all reading it? Y'all reading it? Okay, y'all ready. Y'all had time. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya face stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. Ah. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears that another seed of your doubt has sprouted from your testimony. Ah!
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Ha! It's simple. People are like books. all got a front and a back. You get my drift?
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness left to play with the human mind. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs? Illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting, being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach?
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, it's just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 252 distinct types of bitterness in coffee, but to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Are you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself.
The witness was quite ambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Light?
By the way, did you know? Hazakura Temple has a rule that on the nights when the acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the lay-headed nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There had been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening.
How could she have seen the fight, though? That don't make sense. If it was dark, there's no way she could have seen the fight to begin with. Let alone see who it was. Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. You can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite? No! Order! Why did it sound like I was saying water? Here, Your Honor, let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe you will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern,
there's something written on it.
Why? It's written in blood.
Oh boy! So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says
Maya upside down.
What the? Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic at least didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense! This lantern, it's clean as a whistle. Is he colorblind? Can he not see the color red? Because this is not the first time this happened. This happened in the Armstrong case, and he didn't see, what was it, blood? It was like blood or ketchup on Maggie's like apron. He gotta be colorblind, bro. He can't see red. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all. Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. With these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on a stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot?
Okay then. Let's move on. God is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. Excuse me.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Deoxen was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. Sister Iris, cover up. After Mystic Elise died, I called out the Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Grange tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge, and I used a snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakor Temple and I used the Shatisa hose to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body?
Yes, I was raised at Hazakor Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan, but even so, I never imagined that at least the oxen was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate?
I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but
you were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. So weird. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I could think of. Bro, because that wasn't Maya. So you waited until everything was over before making a move. No, it's not like that. She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument? It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on me what she had done. So then, you knew the significance of the name Maya Fey. Yes, of course I did. That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Anyway, she was a very special person indeed. Iris, you just lying today. Why did you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself?
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you can make it all the way across. That's a rickety bridge, old bridge. It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age. It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakor Temple. Thought it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible. Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? The snowmobile. I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. That's the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Let me hear more about the snowmobile. Well, it was very cold that night. So I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge. I'm sorry, witness, but now I've got a problem with her testimony. Excuse me? Hold on, what are you up to now? That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she says she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, I'm fully certain that's what the record indicates.
Let's recall comments on the subject. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say?
Order, Mr. Godot. Why are you pointing out a contradiction in the witness testimony?
Let's just say I like things being neat and tidy, okay? Well, maybe. Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it. You think she missed it? That doesn't sound right. Ha! Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just... You better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that. Yes, sir. What was that all about? Why would God want to give me a hint?
Very well, then. Let's continue with the testimony. So you transported the body by snowmobile all the way to Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Yes, I thought that way. Okay. I thought I needed, and I'm not gonna lie, I want to go back. I want to pick the other option. I want to see what the other option. She really did move her body by snowmobile. Then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
The picture was presented as yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from the ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh? And then when the murder took place,
it had already stopped.
That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
I'll say it's very important. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it against all other evidence. Your Honor, I like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
What? Does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha! This should be fun. Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. Alright, so let's see what you say about this decent though. So obviously we gotta present evidence. Now where was the thing at? You see what I'm saying? Like it's not adding up, Iris. It's not adding up. Isn't that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you? Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst. Probably more like definitely. I see.
So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Mr. Oxford.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right, I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped her this time. I see how you think snow. Huh.
What is going on here?
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than the movie, The Grid, Revelations. Ha! Well then, Mr. Tribulations, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe you, but I don't think my logic is failing me. I was just trying to pin the murder. Okay. Alright. Alright. I got it. It's obviously the weather thing, because what else would it be in this situation? Talking about the snow already stopped, it'd be like impossible. It'd be impossible. You claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire.
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it. It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burnt down.
What? But it can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out yet. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No!
Order.
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limit. Any further lying, I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth.
Yes, of course, but
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Lucy Oxen was discovered in Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini. Witness Iris discrediting at least the Oxen body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying.
what are you claiming this time?
I was myself at all that. I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy. What? You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy? It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, right? Maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in that temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, You're in no position to suggest that this lady testimony isn't the truth.
Alright then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contains a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Is the snow still falling or has it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge? Hold on, Iris. Don't make me fall out the picture.
So it's just a misunderstanding, I see.
This photo of Dusty Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. Okay, this is the first time we've seen this. It certainly was burned to a crisp and one of the suspension wires even snapped. At the main, the bridge didn't fall.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Unless I do something to scrape this testimony, discredit, it's going to be seen. It's going to be deemed as the truth. If Maya will be accused of murder, Trite,
I'm going to say it one more time.
It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way. Okay. Come all this way, so I owe it to everyone to figure this out. But how do I transport a burning body? How do you transport a burning... How do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even if I don't know the exact answer yet, it's okay. I'll start by examining all of my evidence. See where that takes me. It's gotta be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godai said. The body did make it across somehow. Bro! What if somebody just threw the body, bro? Like, that's what Larry seen flying, bro, was the body getting thrown across the bridge? Nah, that's insane. If that would be true, but we know that there's no way that'd be true. But you seem to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what that weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, I naturally was, you see, it's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation. No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite. What? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Mr. Wright. Don't you think that sounds a bit silly. A dead body crossing a burning bridge? Did anyone actually witness such a thing? Ha! If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream is the same as actually seeing something. I've come all this way. Bro, what did I tell Iris? What did I tell her? Bro. Let me pull a picture out. A dead body flying over a burning bridge? I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility.
What?
Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on attacking. Go, go, go! It's at least the awesome, brilliant, and highly gifted apprentice. Or he's the awesome, brilliant, highly gifted apprentice. Remember what he said in his testimony? At night, he was at the mountain shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright? Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha! Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did God I say that?
Alright then, let's hear the defense theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Maurice Yoxham is... a complete contradiction. Evidence is nothing exactly what happened. I don't think it's exactly what happened. It gotta be a contradiction. Something obviously funny about this sketch.
I'm no horror critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Maurice Yoxham stated it over and over, that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality?
Ha! This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trey, so what is that? Oh, dang, I didn't even get to read it. Wait, dang, what did he say? Sheesh, alright, let's think here, let's think. I mean, if we mess up, we only lose like one, but let's think here. My guess, it can't be like this itself, right? It has to be like one of these. I don't think it's like, maybe. Well, obviously it'd be coming from this way, right? Because this side would probably be the way back. So, it'd have to be this, right? It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Ha! Is that thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality is opposed and conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Okay. Where is it at? Where is it at? Let's look. Y'all see it? Y'all see it?
That's a photo of Dusty Bridge, correct?
Yes, now compare the sketch and a photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusty Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat, what did he just say? The wires are below the guard wires. Blah.
Order. The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However,
Isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. Well, someone like Lawrence, yeah, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, how do you make a mistake? What was the reason?
are you saying you know the answer to that?
Listen, think back, alright? Larry, I'm calling him Larry, but I'm not saying that name. But don't, when he witnessed this event, he was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He was waiting, he waited, and finally he laid down. But then lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now, I wonder what sort of position Larry must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Ah!
Oh, wait. Larry, he also witnessed the event while he was laying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Bro, Godot literally gave us the hint, though. He said upside down randomly, and wow. So then,
This sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view rings, the awesome sketches like this. And this is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous.
Order.
All the things to say, a pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the timber, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminals decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and the pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a moment, shall we? Dusty Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'll need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. Lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Let's see. I feel like we gotta go back to this picture. I feel like this picture gotta be the only thing we can use here. Gotta be the picture.
And the meaning of this is,
if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so he tied the wires around Lisa Yawson's body. Crazy. Crazy. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Hey yo, chill.
Mr. Goldrock?
Dog, how is you still drinking out of that cup, dog? That cup not that big.
It seems that Mr. Goldrock is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems the odds of a rope being readily available are very high. So I suppose that it's not impossible.
Oh man.
And a possibility after all.
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Try it. I wonder if you could prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? You know what though? I want y'all to think about this, but I know the answer. The answer is right here. If it didn't like swing across, then how would this get on the other side? If she had, where's her thing? If she had this with her, before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, wonder wire snap. Looking at the photo, looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then as a result of the body landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. Yes, this bloodstain amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Mr. Lisa Yawson's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sapphire was found. Bro, I did it again. I don't know why I keep saying sapphire. It was found, bro. They're probably like, if y'all do this video, you're probably like, bro, what? Did he just say sapphire? But for some reason, the last time we kept seeing this sphere, bro, I kept saying sapphire. I don't know why I'm saying sapphire.
Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found.
I think I keep saying it because at first I said it and I was trolling. but now I keep saying it. Like,
the crystal was found.
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Bro, that what that noise was, dog? Alright, bro. Then his music played. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Mr. Godot.
And then he just spawned another cup. Bro, how many times has this man done this, bro? The judge keep letting him get away with this. Why? Why is he able to just throw cups of coffee on people in a courtroom? The judge don't do his job. He let Von Karma whip people. He throwing coffee. He throwing beverages. Like, dog, come on now. What are we doing in this courtroom right now? What are we doing in the court of law right now, bro? That was dark and bitter. That's that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh? What would that be?
The aroma. Huh? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? The criminal has sent the body to the other side, like you say. Then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be a work of a single person. Oh, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on Hazakura Temple?
On Hazakura Temple side. Alright, now, you know, the got Pearl. There's only certain people that was there, right? Oh, wait. I just thought about it. It was said that Iris didn't go to that side. It was Dahlia. So obviously, it would be Iris there to wait for it, because she was in on it, right? It only could be you, Sister Iris. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. Trite, were you even listening to the witness testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on the cleanup duty in the temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen as the guard temple and discrediting the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I've established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Irish to begin with. What? How could you say that, Mr. Wright?
What? What kind of nonsense is this?
You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple? Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is... No! I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. Boy, ain't no goddamn way. Bro, what? Where? How? How? Sister Wright had a twin sister, and you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name's ring some bells, distant bells, the bells nonetheless.
It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, yes, I remember now. The case 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is mine! It's all mine!
The honor. No, the honor is all mine.
But, according to this,
Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says our execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
What? Order.
Wait a moment. How can you, my sister? She's already dead. What kind of... You of all people should already understand after all. The blood of the master of the Korean channeling technique flows within that body.
Korean channeling technique? Now where have I heard that?
That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story, exciting but quite impossible. You're asking us why that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in the instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And a part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. 2 of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m., Iris is seen before dinner time. That means Iris that was at dinner time was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave you the hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne. You even know what you're saying, Trite? The whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found players that talked about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Bro, I'm confused, bro. Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini and Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled, would have been strained at in her temple due to the lightning strike. But wouldn't a wire come back down though? It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Whew, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Alright, picture mind you this, right? Mind you this. I'm about to throw this out here. Think about it. Edgeworth, the earthquake happened. Edgeworth lost consciousness. Iris disappeared. Edgeworth came back to us. We went over to in the temple. We got to the gym, and there was more locks up. So it is possible that Iris they switched somehow. They did it. That's my theory. They switched. Huh? Ha. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Switch places? Bro, this is getting crazy, to be perfectly honest.
There are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know. Unless we confirm the witness identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Excuse me. Iris doesn't have spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at House Temple, have there been any changes for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
There was. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh, explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris' whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
Sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris a chance to freely move about was... Where you at, Edgeworth? Where you at? This is...
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Earthquake! Oh my goodness! They're in a temple! This kind of tremor hurt might... How could I have? She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now, see here.
Only judge in his right mind would consider the idea of a spirit channeling in. Be quiet. Aw, dog. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. Bro. Dog. This is crazy. I wasn't expecting that, bro. Wow. Bro, what in the world? Dog. That voice. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, you always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Oh, damn. Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired. Ha! So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. Oh my lord, that little... Oh.
What is going on
here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time I'll end it. For her and for myself. Bro, what is going on, dog? This episode is crazy. Alright, bro, that is the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe if you're new, turn post notifications on. I never would have thought that that moment of time. I just thought Iris put up the locks, but in reality they switched. Dog, that's crazy. So it was Iris. It was actually Iris the whole time in there and all that. And then that moment of time, like that brief time period, they, wow, wow. All right, I'm out, bro. Wow, wow, man, wow.